So what's going on with the music business? And I call it that because, yeah, it's music, but it's a business. And it has been one that flourished and has faded to some degree. Well, certainly it's changed. What's going on with music artists these days? How are they getting by? What's the music industry all about? And what does AI mean to it? Ooh, I've heard some good AI tracks. Sorry, but it's true. I have. We're going to find out all of that. It's sort of a state of the industry chat with Ben Rispen. Ben,
hello.
Thank you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, dude. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Yeah, this is sort of a different scene. You and I are usually surrounded by music, and
and
it is
good times.
It's a different vibe.
Lots of laughs. But this is nice. Thank you so much for having me, man.
I'm so delighted you come in because you're the one guy that I will often turn to and get a temperature for what's going on out there. You've been involved in a lot of stuff. I should let me just kind of tee you up so people understand who we're talking to here. Ben is currently producing Danny Miles' new album. He's the drummer from July Talk.
Collaborating, co-writing, co-producing. Yeah. Sorry.
I guess. Well, you know what, and we'll get into more of that because it's not a single role industry at all anymore, and so we'll talk about that.
Sure.
You also created something that's really caught on, and artists love it. Fana tickets.
Yeah. We did. Yeah, it's a kind of a DIY ticket service that tries to help independent bands out, like help promote the shows and try to earn their fees and stuff like that. So
it's so great.
It's been a wild ride. It's a hard thing to do and to do honestly, to be honest.
If you're in the music industry in Canada, you know Ben. If you're meeting him for the first time, you're going to want to check out his band Rules.
Yes, please do.
What I think is Canada's best punk band. Reunited.
We just got back. It was we just reunited on Halloween. Actually, my other band that reunited called the Video Dead, my hardcore band from like the early 2000s, which is also a band I love playing in. Had to back out of a Halloween show, and then I kind of needed something quick, and I called the boys, and I guess we were feuding, and I guess the feud's over. So it was actually really good.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No way. So you guys had a little bit of a feud going on, but when it came down, okay.
We all love each other. We're always family. But yeah, like we were pretty, I can be difficult, and I'm sure some of those guys can be too,
So what happened was you ended up at a live gig, and necessity was a mother of reinvention.
Yeah.
You guys needed to play, and so everything got put aside for the moment?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was kind of like we were sort of, I guess I said this publicly, so it doesn't really, I'm not going too deep, but yeah, like Adam Michael, our guitarist, he's brilliant. He's been in a ton of, everything you've probably ever heard of out of our area at one point, or just filled in on a studio album or something. He's probably one of the greatest players I've ever met in my life. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic about that at all. He kind of said, we aren't doing this again until we're all friends. And it took some time. We were like, things like a lot of shit happens. You know what I mean? Am I allowed to swear on this?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'll try.
Freedom of speech, my man.
I love it. I'll try to keep it. I'll try to keep my mom proud.
Yeah, would you try? Yeah, keep it respectful. By the way, thanks Ben's mom for subscribing. You should subscribe too. But that is fascinating, and honestly, it almost feels. It feels like a symptom of where the industry is at. You have to be looking out for yourself now. The record labels have faded into something different by the looks of things, and you can tell me. Artists are responsible for so much on their own, from actually making the music to creating their own tours to doing social media to being interactive and accessible.
Yeah, for us and me and my friends, it's been a DIY thing the whole time. Like I started throwing punk shows or like just indie shows or metal shows or whatever when I was 13 in like rural Ontario, and so that in my mindset just kind of just set me on down the path where then that became like we started record like later on we started recording with Pro Tools, but then that putting out our own records and making our own videos, and then that turned into festivals and films and all sorts of stuff like that. So the DIY mindset's always been sort of my way or approach, maybe just because it's like financial reasons that it's like I just go do it myself. But it's never been more useful than now to further your point,
right? To
know how to like like I always tell people, like learn how to do the door if you do it like know all the jobs. Know everything you can as much as you can, and then when people start, hopefully, if you do well with it, when people start working for you, you have respect for the job, and you have respect for the person that's helping you out.
And you know what's expected.
Yeah, and then you know what's expected, and I would say it's never been more important to be self-sufficient than it is now. And there's a lot of ways to do it. there's a lot of ways to do it. You got to pick the one that's right for you, though. I think.
What's interesting to me is that this was a machine that was easily run on television and radio by really large industries, like big capital leaders like Sony and Universal, and all of these machines seem to have reduced, or they've become licensing arrangements that they're not doing anymore. Are the Warners and the Universals and all those big record companies, do they still have a major role in developing artists?
I think they have a major interest in creating the relationships with people who do develop stuff, and they will invest like sometimes. But I still think like there's guys like my friend Chris Martin at a Post Office Sound in Toronto. He developed like Ren for Short and Talk. I'm not sure if like those are both two artists that have gotten really big deals stateside. I think they kind of turn to guys like that now. Like I think, and I don't know this for sure, but I think a big disrupt, sorry, I should say, in the music industry was that when Spotify they're not in the user acquisition phase anymore.
No.
So like that's why you hear them like investing in all sorts of crazy stuff.
Joe Rogan was like a $500 million deal or something.
And I mean, like, there's a lot of controversy right now about what, they're spending money on artillery, and, I don't know enough about that stuff to comment on it. I don't even have a Spotify account. So I'm still on Apple Music, sorry. So I never used it just because I find the sound quality poor. And so when you make your own stuff and you're like, you want to hear it as good as possible. But, when they got out of user acquisition phase, like it just disrupted a whole, like there wasn't a lot of places for, say, somebody like Sony to grow. I'm speaking specifically about Sony because I had friends there who had to, move on. There just wasn't. So now, they can't keep expanding because like everybody on the planet apparently uses Spotify.
So is Spotify helping artists? Like, are artists monetizing this in any way that's meaningful?
I would say that no. I think you can make money off it, but it's so few and far between. The turnaround's not going to be anything like, still like packaging up your own vinyls and going out and selling them. Yeah. It just shows like, it's really that. Merch is where you like, there's I guess it depends what level of band you're talking about. I'm going to say something that sells anywhere from like 100 to 500 to 1,000 tickets. Let's say like that, that region of, something that plays at Danforth. It's still going to be, merch is going to be your t-shirts and things like that, and like engagement and stuff like that. And then people are also good on the, they have the what are they called, like the Patreons and all those kind of different programs.
Yeah,
like
that's
a lot of stuff like that.
I've noticed that's come on. Like even podcasting has become a big part of being an artist now, to get them into the Patreon and a little bit more access to the process.
Yeah, and it's in that like it's just it's a different. It's different, because you're making a lot of like content. Obviously, TikTok is huge for a ton of artists. I have like our friends in Harmonies. They did really well. Like just one song popped off. My buddies in Finger 11, Canadian rock band, great band. They're a few years older than me. Let's say early 50s, and they don't have TikTok, but then their song Paralyzer found like some kid did a dance on it, and then it went wild. They're like, holy shit, sugar, we're getting all this TikTok money all of a sudden. They don't even have it. So there's these
that's so funny, because that does open up. I mean, if you do have a built-in audience, and a TikTok or a Spotify can help amplify that for you, it's pretty amazing what's happened with 80s music, big 80s tours, just because TikTok is eating up the songs.
Yeah, and also like I think Spotify, and I was like, forgive me if my numbers are a bit off, but I'm going to say I think the last time I'd heard it, like it's 80% legacy music. Wow. So it's all classics, it's all hits. So that means 20% of all new music, including like the Post Malones, Taylor Swift's, Rules, whatever. Right. We're all fighting over that same 20%. So it's tough for bands to break through on Spotify. It's we're working on Danny's record right now, not to plug it, but like ahead of time, but like talking with the label people about the playlists and all that kind of stuff, and like what kind of genre it really takes. For me, it takes the fun out of it. Like I understand that it's necessary. So like, but it's I'm glad we get people to do that for us, because I find it miserable, to be honest.
Ben, what you're telling me is like you got to get your music into an algorithm, a filter, as it will. Yeah, like they change it. It's hard. It's a hard game to play. It's a game that some people can master it, and I really admire that. And it's I'm glad my job, mostly these days with music, is either it's like promoting shows or selling tickets or helping to write songs. Like that's what I love about it. So a guy like yourself enters this world, and then I can see a bunch of the tools around social media and stuff like that. Suddenly you're like, whoa, I needed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you retrofit sort of a younger audience with, okay, here's how you actually do a show, because you're not going to make money on Spotify. You're not going to make money on Apple.
Yeah.
You're likely not getting a label deal because they are few and far between, and they don't really mean that much. And so you're going to need to know how to do this stuff.
It's we were just like, that's so funny that you brought that up. We were just with like, we just came out of a meeting with some people that were working on a Junos sort of podcast, Hamilton tourism, because the Junos are going to Hamilton this year. And we were talking about exactly that, like the post, like during the pandemic, there was like 4 years like of a lack of like transfer knowledge, like or knowledge transfer. Do you know what I mean? Like so, there's like there's all of these young people who are really I find to be into young people. Don't we sound old?
Yeah, we are old, Ben. Just so you know, we hung on, but we got old, man.
Like I got the toque on though.
I got no hair, man. It's all done.
I look a skateboarding guy. No, but like they we saw them at a thing where they were. Anyway, an event like a music conference, sort of small local thing, and they were asking one of the ladies from the Junos, like, how do they get their algorithm, like how do they get in the Spotify algorithms, all these questions, and they just like you realize that they don't know who to ask. So one of the things that we were talking about today, it's funny, is that like fortunately, like our we've been in this long enough, like I've been in this literally. I'm 47, so 13 is when I got in.
Wow.
So my whole life. So you if you're not a total prick, you make friends, and we have friends that can really help these guys. Like like my friend Tanya, who runs Danforth, or she ran Horseshoe forever. She's the best. My friend John, who is actually the example from Sony. I was just talking about fielding. Now he's over at Network, but he is the guy that people talk to about like these kind of algorithm sort of thing, like the digital world, getting these kids in front of these kind of experts that they can really learn from is like, I think it's really important. It's something that we can do. And also, I've never been one of those gatekeeper guys. Like I can I think that's useless. So like, it's really important for this thing to keep feeding younger people, get younger people into it, and like, and just keeping it going, it's
that you're not a gatekeeper is really interesting, because I think that is also fading, and that you've always kind of been a leader in that. I've watched you over the years. Be a guy who's like, no, I'll share my knowledge with you. I'll see you on another day. Is specifically why you're here, because I know, okay, well, listen, I can have a reasonable conversation with Ben. He's not going to be guarded. He's going to be honest with me. And I think that makes a difference to these artists as well. Meanwhile, they are using great technology, amazing new ideas for music. But I noticed the connection, and maybe I'm wrong about this. Please, I hope you're going to correct me. The connection between online and live shows is a really tough bridge to cross.
It's remarkable. You can hit the nail more on the head. Like it's. I mean, everybody has their hometown areas and stuff like that, but I really. In the way my puny brain works is that like the only real measurable what is it? The only real measure, I don't know. The only real way to measure somebody's success is how many tickets they're still selling.
Well, yeah.
Like there's somebody can have 100,000 plays on their Spotify, or 100,000 monthlies or something like that, but it doesn't necessarily translate, and it often doesn't, because people buy that, they manipulate it. It's hard to trust. But when you're dealing with like a booking agent, like we'll still get it. Like I'll have a buddy, hey, you want to open when your band's open for us? I'll be sure, and then their booking agent will hit you up and be like, well, how many monthly listeners do you have? I'm like, I have no idea. Like probably not a lot, because like we sell vinyl, but it's. It doesn't translate necessarily. Sometimes it does though. Like it goes back and forth, but like I don't trust those numbers. Go ahead.
And so really, just getting out there and playing is
like Grassroots is the way to do it. Like most likely, most of us aren't going to be Taylor Swift or Post Malone, right?
It's just going to say,
right. Like if you want to be a working musician and make your own stuff, and like you're not interested in being a cover band or stuff like that, like it's like budget, like look, like this is the project, who's it for, how's it going to cost, and like what are you going to do to make some money out of it? If and a lot of people don't want to make them, a lot of people don't care, they just want to get up on stage, but
the bands that are in there.
You can do it. Yeah.
Bands that really pick up an audience dedicate their lives to it. I think that is
like, because the next guy is definitely doing it. Like you have to. So it's tough for these younger guys. Like And I don't know, like, this is what I've been told. So I'm like, I could definitely be better on social media as far as promoting my bands. But like, they say now, like, because a while ago you had to be on everything. You had to be on TikTok, Instagram, whatever it was. And now they say just to figure out the one you like and just focus on that one. So that's kind of a little bit of a break. But
what's the one you like right now?
I guess I just use Instagram the most, but I find all of it. If I spend too much time on it, I start to get, like squirt. I don't know. Like it's like I find out like they're just a lot of misery. Like I don't like making videos of I've and I don't mean this as insulting to any of my friends. I've yet to see a funny TikTok sketch, like where your buddy's band's like, "Hey, we're going out there," and like it never lands.
I'm going to be dead honest with you right now. I would hate to be doing
that. Like what do you got to do instead of jam this weekend? You know, like we got to go make a bunch of TikTok skits. Like that is, I'm not really interested in that personally. Not that there's anything wrong with people who are. Like I'm not knocking that. Like I understand I sound old and stuff like that, but I really just like making music, man.
I mean, unless you're a band that's able to turn into a chiropractor throwing an old lady out the window like I keep watching on Sora. I can't stop myself. You know, unless you can do something more entertaining with your sketch than Sora, please play your music. I would have to agree with you because what I saw most recently from you led to the first thing I opened with. You're in the band Rules, what I think is one of the best punk bands in Canada, and now look, you're back together.
Too. Yeah. Like, we're about to record again too. Like, we already had something that we bailed on, and like we're like, oh, we can get, we're back. Like, I mean, I don't know how much we're back, but like we're stoked on it. We're stoked on it again. Yeah, for sure. It's
when
nice.
I saw it, I was like,
my heart. I'm getting goosebumps. My heart feels good about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like kind of one of those things you ever like. You don't realize how much something's haunting you until it's fixed. Do you know what I mean? You kind of
totally do. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited we're doing stuff with the Video Dead. I'm about to record with that band too.
But what led me to you guys was I saw a post, and I was like, "What's Ben doing? This is crazy."
Yeah. They showed up on Halloween. It was wild, and it was like. It was right after like the Blue Jays lost too. So we're like, oh, this is not gonna be a good night in Toronto. But we had a lot of. It was great. It was like me and Reese, my friend, he's in the room over there. Like we always talk about, like when you have the room, we had the room. Like sometimes you don't. Yeah. Like sometimes like I've been booed by 40,000 people, dude. Like so you know when you have the when you have the room. You know what I mean? And so it was awesome. It was great. It was great. It was I loved that night. I was like devastated that the Video Dead had to back out of that show. But it, like everything,
what an opportunity.
It worked out. It worked out great.
Just a minute ago, I mentioned Sora. How do you feel about AI and music? I'm not going to lie to you, Ben. I've heard some pretty cool stuff.
It's, I find it interesting. It's inevitable. I'm not so much afraid of AI art as a lot of people are, and and the reason being is that when we were all growing up. And I know people have different opinions about the band Pantera. Like there's whatever. This is like.
If you have a different opinion to mine on Pantera, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they get themselves into trouble sometimes saying dumb shit, but whatever. Like growing up, we all like Dimebag Darrell, like God rest his soul, I guess. Everybody would go get the Dimebag Darrell set up.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're like, why the hell don't I sound like Dimebag Darrell? Because I still instinctually feel that something between whatever we are. In the device that we're using to communicate with, that I don't want it like a soul, whatever that is, whatever that is that makes whatever you're holding sound the way it sounds, is something that we can't explain as a species yet. So AI only knows what we know faster.
I got you. And it's replicating what we do at our best. But so we need to keep creating our best to feed it.
I think it's a long time before AI makes like that, that great piece of musical art. You know what I mean? Like, and there's all sorts of analytics that show that like we don't listen as long, like to AI's music or look at AI art as long for some reason. Like we can really get existential here when you're talking about.
So maybe at a really deep level,
we're picking like
there's no frequency connection between us and that art if it's only computer.
That's a great that's I think what I was trying to say. I think that's a real thing. I don't understand like I'm not a visual art guy, but I like have my friend Sanjay. He brings over stuff, and I'm like, this makes me feel like that. And he's like, that's what I was thinking, and I don't understand why.
Wow.
And he's a abstract artist, and like I don't understand why I could pick that up through like this thing that I'm holding.
That's, it's wild because he's put a certain energy into it.
Yeah.
That you then are reading off of it. That's more than just visual or even a tactile thing.
Like it's like I know it's a little woo-woo to say that stuff, but I really think that that's what the magic of art is.
Well, the other thing is we know when somebody has to take a breath when they're singing, and AI doesn't for whatever reason, or maybe it's learning that. But there are these hallucination clues that AI leaves us in music and video and
What do you mean by hallucination clues?
Well, it's almost like Ben's here, but he's got a nose and a half.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, still happy to see Ben, but I know it's not
fingers.
him.
Yeah. That's stuff.
Six Finger Ben. That's your new band name. If you want to go ahead. It's yours.
No, that's it. Six Finger. I'm not going to go where I was going to go, but it's like, but I get why people get frustrated. You know, like
it's scary, right?
It is scary, and I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be the first time I'm dead wrong. So, like, this is the way I feel about it right now. But like, I do understand why people get nervous about it. But people in music are using it for all sorts of different things, and I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. But I know people who like, big part of their music business is YouTube or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so they'll go to ChatGPT and say, "What's the best like headline for there, or what's the best like the log line or whatever?"
That's brilliant stuff,
and it works for them.
I just did an opening for this show. Sometimes I do that on the teleprompter.
Right.
Sometimes I do it very badly on the teleprompter and I have to redo it. But I will often start with, okay, here's what I talked about in this episode, because I'll record it afterward. Yeah. And I'll even go to ChatGPT and say, help me unstring this for 1 second and put it into one sentence.
Yeah.
And from that, I can then write my monologue. You know what I mean? So it gives me a good understanding of what I talked about if you can apply it based on the prompts that you're using. Okay, if you're out there as an artist, and we'll talk about this. Yeah, I know 2 or 3 people out there that are not just a single artist, but are a full suite of artists under an AI record label, each with their own sound, that are releasing songs on a daily basis. How do you feel? Your reaction to that?
I don't. I guess I would have to hear it. Like it just like it's. They'll probably make a lot of money. I guess. I think some people like it just. I don't know why you'd want to like. Yeah, like I don't know
why you want to create a machine.
Like, why do you want to create it? Like, so is it just for profit? I mean, I know Reese was saying. Sorry, I keep referring to Reese.
By the way, Reese is over there in the background. Hi, Reese. How's it going?
He was talking. We were talking about Timbaland's got a project like that right now, or something like that, doing something along those lines. I don't know. That that doesn't seem fun to me.
Yeah, that bothered me because he and I were supposed to collab on that, and then AI stepped in, and I'm like, so much for my comeback.
Yeah, I guess I would. Like, so is it like so when you say they're making AI, like they're animated AI, I guess what?
Not even animated. It's just the music with So like there's I was going to say fake AI record label. Yeah. Under the record label is 1, 2, 3, 4 artists, all with their own songs, all with their own sound, all with their own vibe, all under one channel. Yes, on Spotify and on YouTube.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess my first instinct is that's really icky. But
why? Why does it feel icky to you?
I think because it's. Well, because my favorite thing about music is like I'm somebody who does arrangement. I do song I do a little bit of song doctoring and a little bit of arrangements and stuff like that. Well, that's arrangements kept my lights on, so I'll say that I'm pretty good at that part. So I can't understand why you'd be I'm so all I do is think about songs. I talk about songs, think about the structure of songs. I don't understand why are you interested in this? Unless are you interested in maybe just interested in computer programming? I guess. I don't know. It just seems really weird. But I don't I guess.
I mean, it doesn't fit. it doesn't fit our understanding of the process, right?
Yeah, but things change, I guess, all the time. I mean, I got people, pianists hated keyboards. So like,
That's
like,
true.
So I don't know. Technology ends up changing things,
I mean, how much do you really hate a turntable as part of an arrangement?
Oh, I don't I love like DJs. I have a crazy amount of respect for. I know a lot of people don't, but like, it's not playing a playlist. I would say that DJing is the in between like what like live playing musicians and comedians.
Yeah,
because not that like because it's all reading the room. It's all like they have to like I've tried to DJ and I'm like, oh, here's my playlist, and then like if that doesn't that's not DJ, man. like you can lose them quick. So there is something
people that are standing on the dance floor staring at you, going,
yeah. Well, this is the one
I think I booed this guy on stage a couple of years.
Yeah. My favorite heckle on stage was play something you know.
That's the best. Not something I know, something you know.
Like I'll never forget it. It was a total babe too. It was like,
oh man, I love the heckle.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's talk about this just for 1 second.
Sure.
The Junos are coming back to Hamilton.
Yep.
By the way, the last time I saw the Junos, The Weeknd played, and he blew the roof off.
He's so good though
in Hamilton at the Junos.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, he's actually the biggest artist in the world now.
It does not surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine is in the Spotify game overseas. Like they have very accurate numbers, and yeah, like he's the biggest artist in the world. I don't know how they do that. Like I don't know how they.
Do you want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
The building you're in right now,
is
where he recorded that famous album.
Oh wow.
Where he could not feel his face, and based on how hard they worked, I would imagine that was true.
Oh yeah.
But the Junos, what about the relevance of things like the Junos in your mind? Because to me, that's still a really big deal.
I think they're great. I think it's fun. I've been nominated for a couple. It's great for business.
Congratulations.
Yeah, not this year. Like this is going back, but thanks. It's my mom was really excited. Like it's kind of like it's one of those things that like validates your dreams, I guess, or your goals, or like you as a musician or something like that, like where your parents can be like, oh, you got nominated for a Junos. But
it's really special in Canada to all generations.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. And I often find that the people who win the Junos are the right people. Like we lost to Sam Roberts. Like no shame in that.
No, man. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, I would have probably voted for him too.
To be in the same list.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and Finger 11 as well. It's like we had one year we lost to those guys, and like I Kanye'd them though. I got banned.
Ben.
It was a joke, dude. It was weird.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, because I drank. I don't know. It's just a joke, dude. I don't know. Whatever.
But the Junos coming back to Hamilton must be kind of a big deal for you because, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll share this with Canadians who may not know this, and if you're not from Canada, Hamilton sometimes gets a rough ride
it's a tough place
comedically
in
Canada.
It's we earn it.
But it is, frankly, it's a hardworking, historically a steel town in Ontario, down by the border near Buffalo. Don't hold that against Hamilton. Having said that, it is really a series came out of there called Something in the Water, I believe.
That's the one I'm working on. Yeah,
that's the series you're working on. That really kind of highlights that there are pockets in Canada, Hamilton being one of them, that are literally the birthplace of music.
So so we used to get asked that all the time, like especially when I was like doing a lot of touring and I was like, on the road all the time. I was actually a lot of bands have been asked this, but it wouldn't matter if you're getting like on college radio or if you're on eTalk Daily, you'd get asked like, what's in the water in Burlington and Hamilton? They get like the 905 thing. And so I put a lot of thought into that, and this is kind of what the theme of the podcast I'm going to be putting out in the early next year is. It was kind of a trope. We'd all be like, they're going to ask the water question. You'd kind of be walking because for a while there, all of our buddies were doing really well. Like it was like my band, Monster Truck, Walk Off, Arkells, Dirty Nil was coming up. Like it was just wild. Like Silverstein was. Like, it was crazy. It was the reason. Like all of these bands were just killing it.
Yeah, it was the Manchester of Canada at that moment. Right?
It was just everywhere. And I think, like from my perspective, what really kicked off my generation, like is in 1990, a band called the Rainbow Butt Monkeys, who later became the Finger 11, won a radio contest. For 97.7 Hits FM at a St. Catharines, even closer to Buffalo. But they all went to different schools in the region. And I think what kicked it off is that a whole bunch of people saw that it was achievable to be a rock star.
Right.
And it's just normal people. And so all these kids, when a kid, before that, maybe a kid saw like, their buddy's uncle make the NHL or something, and so they kept playing hockey. You can do it. You can do it. Somebody from my town, became a. So I think that's really where things started for us and my guys.
You do get hotbeds. I mean, think of Athens, Georgia. I mean, at an era when REM came out of their B-52s.
Yeah.
So there was a whole collective of great bands, Poi Dog Pondering, that came out of that.
Yeah.
That one area. It was a university town. Hamilton has that same thing. There's a good university crowd there.
Yeah,
that helps you build your audience as you go back home.
It's also advantageous, like geographically. Like you can like what's called like in Ontario the 401 run.
Yeah,
like from London to Kingston to go back. So like you're kind of dead set in the middle. You're an hour 45 minutes 45 minutes from Buffalo. You're only an hour from London. Like an hour from Toronto. Like you can kind of do all of the markets and then get home and still pay your it was a lot more affordable a few years ago, but yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I mean, and it's not right in Toronto, but it's accessible to Toronto.
Yeah, like
once again, Athens to Atlanta, Manchester to London.
Yeah, and I think also too, like because you bring up Athens, like you can do any of those, like the Orange County or Seattle, like you pick them. I think like probably I guess what else keeps why the people start to invest in the regions. You know what I mean? Like, Nirvana popped off. So people are like, who's the next one? Then people start signing Alice in Chains or, Pearl Jam, whatever the order was. I'm sorry if there's any historical inaccuracies, but I think that does also happen. And that, like, I'm sure that's what like in retrospect that we brought this up. Yeah. Like there's like labels like Sonic Onion, great record label, like Dynalone Records. They were signing good bands, and then they started kind of signing their friends' bands or like the offshoot bands, and then more and more. Yeah. So I guess it's always going to be a powder keg of mixed, mixed ingredients as to why something like that happens. But it's you can't go to like the mall in Hamilton and throw a rock without somebody hasn't like at least directed a video for his buddy's rap band or something, like a rap group. It's everywhere. Everybody's involved somehow. It seems. You
must see through Fanta tickets pretty firsthand what some of the hottest shows are. What are the trends right now?
I would say that like you definitely see upcoming bands. Like you start to see bands they're starting to get bigger. But like I would say the thing that's always a sellout is tribute acts right now.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's I guess like probably since the late 80s.
What are some of the best tribute acts?
I don't get out to a lot of those shows, but I know my friend Kevin Beebe's in a Bee Gees one, and I would really like to see that.
Damn, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too. There's an Alanis Morissette one that always comes on. Wow. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Jagged Little Pill. That thing sells out quick. There's
Tragically Hip bands.
Yeah, the Practically Hip. That one's a good one. Like they all sell fast, and I think I'm not sure if it's because of you can't go afford to see the real thing or something like that. Yeah. But there's also like weird ones you wouldn't expect, like Blink-182 tribute bands now.
Oh wow!
Like all of these kind of it's so
right down to the niche.
Yeah, it's getting there. And like,
has there ever been a tribute band that draws more than the actual band?
That's a good question.
I would love to know that stat.
I bet you Ramones tribute bands do. Like
listen, we got to check that one out. Nick, can you find out? Yeah. Has there ever been a tribute band that sold out a show bigger than the actual act? Okay. I would love to know that.
Like, I think the famous story about the Ramones is that like for a long time there, like there's like famously the Ramones, but like couldn't sell tickets. I'm fairly certain that that's true, and I apologize I love the Ramones, but.
I love them 24 hours a day.
Yeah. I just stumbled there. That was, you want to retake that one?
So, that would have been a retake right there. So, look, before we close up, one of the things that you were talking about, and I love the notion that this is something that we're going to do in eras going forward, hopefully, and that it's still going on in the rock realm, a Christmas show.
Oh yeah.
You're producing one of those this year, right?
Yeah, we have. We're launching a new thing, and we're not supposed to say this till the 15th, but we're there anyway.
Do not open until Christmas.
No, It's December 13th in Hamilton. We're starting a new thing called with our friends, my band, The Video Dead. The other band, not like Rules, and The Video Dead is wicked too, to be honest. Those guys can really play. Like I don't know, they're good, man. I earn my spot, but like I think I get to play with really talented people, and very appreciated and grateful that I do. Like
I know that about you. Actually, you're always the guy to say it's the band.
Yeah, well, it is. You know, like
meanwhile,
if you got a crap drummer, you're not doing anything. You know?
I saw pretty good lead vocals going on the video that I saw.
Probably Chuck, but so yeah, we're partnering with Boys Night Out on a new annual thing called they're right now on their 20th anniversary of a record, a really big record they did called Trainwreck. So our new Christmas event is going to be called Sleigh Wreck. And Boys Night Out's headlining, and the Video Dead's playing direct support. Danny Miles is going to be on it, and a band called The Good Depression is going to be on.
That sounds like a great show.
It's going to be fun. We're doing it at the Underground. Tickets are going to go on sale next week. It should probably sell out pretty quick because it's a real, like, we want it's for like all of our friends, and we're raising money for Shifra, which is expecting mothers in need charity.
Fantastic.
So yeah, we're just trying to do something nice, and there's also, you know, like as we all like, you know, we're buddies, and we don't, you know, we get to do stuff like this so we can spend time together. So, you know, sometimes you got to make stuff to make sure we all see each other at Christmas, all the friends we grew up with and stuff like that, you know.
I want you to know that was only 50% of the reason I asked you to come in today. So it's great to see you. Don't forget, you can always check out Fana tickets, and I recommend you do. I want to support this. I think it's important that artists get the bonus end of performing, and Fana Tickets has been about that since day one.
Thanks, man.
And if people want to reach out, where do they follow you?
I guess just I wish I could remember what my Instagram handle was.
I'll tell you what it is.
Benjamin Rispen? Is it Benjamin or Ben Rispen?
Ben Rispen on Instagram, and I'll make sure that it's incled in this. Thanks. You know, you're such a promoter on the socials, buddy. Thank you so much.
Cheers, brother.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a lot of fun.
No problem. You can keep the water.
I appreciate it. Yeah.